Hey everybody, this is my 1967 Ford F100. It's got a 352 V8 and an automatic transmission. We believe this is a 65,000 mile original truck. We think that because of the original carpet and seat, some of the emblems, and then just the interior and undercarriage itself. And the history of the truck too, it sat in a garage for over 30 years by the owner that had it since '93. So one thing that you'll see that's pretty unusual about this truck is these Ford Ranger, or the Ranger emblems, still have the red, white, and blue color on them. And oftentimes you don't see that. They're usually pretty faded. And then up here, those emblems also look original, and they don't look like they've been sitting outside for long. And if you look at the brightwork on the grille, that's one of the nicest grills I've seen. And those are original lenses. They're not cracked. Those are in fantastic shape. Original bumper. It's really an amazing truck. I want to show you some of the interior that makes me think that this is original too. That sill plate looks great. And then this piece here on the horn, that's usually fairly corroded. And this one is the original piece from what I'm assuming. And it looks like it's in near new condition. But also if you look at the gauges, or I'm sorry, the instruments, you know, these buttons and these bezels, they're not corroded or oxidized or anything like that. So this truck, the owner that had it since '93, I believe, had it in a garage for 30 years. It's the majority of his ownership. And if you even look at that right there, that Ranger emblem, that's an authentic emblem. And even this, and I know you can get replacement glove boxes, but that's the original. It looks like the original glove box, that insert. And those are usually fairly brittle. And this one's in really good shape. Small blemish there on the seat, but that's got to be the original seat and the original carpet. A lot of times too, these headliner trims are really pitted and oxidized, excuse me, also. And this one's in really nice shape. So really impressed with this truck. I really thought it was kind of an intriguing truck. There's no rust on the bottom of the doors. Couldn't find any rust at all on the truck. Floors look great. A little bit right there, but that's not structural. We put new shocks on. The brakes checked out really nicely. Plenty of pad on the brakes. The doors open and shut really nicely too. Mechanically, we went through and rebuilt the carburetor, put new jets and gaskets on it. We did a standard tune-up with caps, or a cap and rotor, spark plugs, spark plug wires. We put a new alternator on it, new alternator belt, new upper and lower radiator hoses. And then we also did an oil change. And then we also had some heater hoses, these lines here, that we replaced as well. And this this bag right here, this water bag, that's an original bag. So this is very pliable, very soft. Oftentimes those are brittle or even missing. And even this cork top, you know, it's in really great shape. So this is a really interesting truck. And then often on these trucks there's a lot of rust on the inside of the hood, and this one is really clean. And you'll get a lot of rust on the sides of the hood here, and this one is super clean. New battery also. Yeah. Then just body-wise, the trim and the metal is all really sharp. Don't see many blemishes. There's a couple things, you know, over time you got some scratches here and just some rock debris across the nose. But if you look in the channels, you know, everything's nice and dry, nice and clean. Just a super cool truck. Don't believe there's any leaks. I wouldn't be surprised if there's one, but haven't noticed anything. And these are the original wheels and hubcaps. I take that back. These are the original hubcaps, but I've got an extra set of wheels that are in the photo gallery that were on the truck when I got it. But we did put new tires on it, some new BFGs, and these are size 215, 75, 15. Those are brand new. So this camper, this topper, really fun too. From what I can tell, this was put on at a fairly early stage of ownership. Even this tailgate latch or whatever is in great shape. A lot of times those are oxidized too. I don't know why I'm saying oxidized. But even the hardware there, I mean, that's all pretty good indicators that this truck was kept inside and not used a ton. And then the floor in the bed is just, I mean, it's amazing. And I thought this was really interesting. This was found in the back seat, little first aid kit, little cigar box. There's a vent there. You know, the wood paneling's really cool, really fits the era. And it looks like it's probably glued on. Hard to say, but that's my guess. Looks like there's a couple little bolts in there too. So cool little light. Just a beautiful truck. I mean, and right here you'll see a little bit of a ding right there, and then just some chips across the back, probably some gravel at some point. But you can see that's a Fomoco lens, original lens. Just a really well preserved truck. And then on this side too, I don't really see any any major blemishes. I mean, that's a super straight truck for 67. Really straight for a lot of new trucks, the way they're cared for these days. But that is a beautiful truck right there. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll go for a ride.